Alright, this is the language bank for lesson 2.1, where we're going to discuss the difference between the present perfect and the past simple. Well, to begin with, the present perfect simple or present perfect is formed by using the verb to have as an auxiliary and the past participle of the verb whose meaning you need to portray or express. They give you here how to form positive sentences, negative sentences, and questions. Okay, very basically, I have been to Poland, or he hasn't. I'm giving hasn't or has not, which is the same thing, contracted and not contracted. And then if I have bought, okay, if you turn that into a question, let's say that you want to, they have, you need to move it, okay, you need to move it to the front position to form the question. Let me see if I can do it here. Okay, I'm going to move it here. Have, well, it didn't move the whole thing, but I'm going to move it now. Okay, so basically, have I bought? That's a movement. Okay, all right. Now let's clear this from the clutter a little bit. Also remember, like they say here, remember that there are irregular past participles. You have them on page 127. Okay, and it's important to remember because, yes, most of the past participles are formed with the ed. But look at this one. From by, you have a simple past that is bought and a past participle that is also bought. Okay, so yes, there are many typical or many irregular past participles here to look at. Okay, let me clear the screen. All right, let's move on. Time until now, up to now, or until now, time up to now. So use the present perfect for actions which have happened in your life before now, up to the present moment. Okay, imagine that this is the line of your life and this is now, or the present moment. So you talk about things that you have done here, that have not finished completely, that somehow continue up until the present. Okay? These are often general experiences and important. It's not important exactly when. Okay? So you're saying like, for instance, let's look at an example. Have you ever worked in the tourist industry? Have you ever worked? That means in your life, from the moment you started working, probably up until now, have you worked? Okay, have you worked? And many times between those two, the subject and the verb, you introduce the adverb ever. Have you ever worked? In Spanish, that would be alguna vez. Have you ever worked? Okay, so alguna vez, ever. What it means is this. It's an emphatic adverb, meaning in your life, in this context, up to now. Okay. Let's move on a little bit. Let's clear all the marking that we've done so far. Okay, it isn't important when we said, and they continue saying what? Conversations here. which begin like this in the present perfect usually continue in the past simple as the speaker adds details. Okay, so very, very usual conversation. I've been to Colombia. Really? And now, where did you go? He's played an indie band. So remember, we're talking about the past. So you're saying, yes, I have worked in Cuba. And people normally ask you, when? And you say, no, it was from 1997 to the year 2000. Okay, so when you want details, then you use the simple past. Simple past when you expand on the details. I have worked in Cuba. When? I worked, okay, simple past, from 1997 to the year 2000. Okay, that would be the idea, what they are trying to convey here. Okay, let's keep on moving. And they say we often use the adverbs, I mentioned this already, ever or never, with the present perfect. We've never been to China. Have you ever been to China, to the opera, to whatever? Okay, have you ever? Between the you, the subject, and the past participle. Have you ever played football on a grass pitch? Okay, that's the idea. Okay, let's declutter this a little bit and let's move on to the second column. Okay, another use of the present perfect is for recent events. Okay, recent events. It's important usually to talk about events which happened a short time ago. Okay, this is very relative. Okay, and you normally add adverbs like yet, already, or just. And let's have a look at the examples we've got here. I've just finished his book. It was brilliant. We've already eaten. Have you done your homework yet? This is mostly for questions at the end. We've seen a lot of Jude. This is for questions and for negative sentences. Okay, negative. I haven't eaten yet, for instance. We've seen a lot of Jude recently. Okay, so basically they are saying things that happened a short time ago in all of these. Okay, now when do we use one or the other? When to use the present perfect and when to use the simple past? Let's have a look at this. If we summarize, use the past simple to talk about something more specific, okay? And when you don't know or you don't care, you use the present perfect. Like, for instance, I've been to Sweden. It doesn't matter when. You use the present perfect, as in here. But if you express in more specific terms the time, you use the past simple. Alright, so this is the explanation, and on the next page you've got two activities here. In one you have to select the correct sentence, whether it is A or B, and in the other one you need to use the prompts to make short conversations. Okay, the prompts are, this is a prompt, okay? So you have the words and you need to put them together to form a sentence and complete. Okay, this is just to help you remember. Right? That's